Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian. In today's video, today I posed the question, has ES bitten off more than she could chew up there in northern Ghana? I asked this question because of things that I've noticed, things that I've observed in her videos, in her interviews, in her lives, that I'm trying to bring to the forefront to see if there is anybody else out there that can see what I can see. Most things that people either haven't noticed or don't care to. We're going to try and answer this question, but first I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, and click the bell notification. Many of you will already know who ES already is, but for those of you who don't, here's a quick rundown of the intrepid traveller. The Empress Shah, aka ES, is a secretive and alluring, beautiful African-American woman who travelled to Ghana some 1 year ago and built her healing village up in the northern reaches of Ghana. She is a trained spiritual healer and has built the Bonsu micro village from scratch. Nothing can stop this dynamic mercurial woman. In many ways, ES is the type of woman you would want your daughter to emulate. She's courageous, she's articulate, she's beautiful, she is everything a man would want to see in a woman. I've been watching her for quite some time now, and I watched her before she actually left the United States. And there's one thing that I always see that happens when she comes to a problem. When she hits a problem, she never panics. I don't know if you've noticed this yourself, but she never panics. She always takes a step back, and she looks for a logical, rational solution to the problem. And then she implements it. And it's really that simple. It's almost man-like. Not all men act this way, right? But she just takes the emotion out of things and looks for the solution, which is very impressive. However, in recent times, problems have arisen in her Bonsu micro village up there in northern Ghana, which needs more than just pragmatism. Before I tell you about the nature of ES's predicament, I first need to tell you about how her business is structured there at the Bonsu micro village. It works like this. You see, while it's completely free of charge to stay at the Bonsu village, the village grounds are strictly regulated. Only to those who have had the initial stage of spiritual healing will be permitted entry. Yes, so it's not completely free. You do need to have a divination before you enter the grounds of the micro village. There's obvious reasons for this, right? I mean, it's sacred ground. People need to heal. The last thing you want is somebody coming in, bringing in their negative auras and their negative energies and infecting the purified chakras. Oh man, I'm pretending like I know what I'm talking about. I'm trying here. I want the knife. What exactly is the charge? How much do you have to pay to have a divination? Well, that's where things get interesting, because there is no set charge. The charge is based on your finances. Okay, so you go to the village, they will base that price on what you can afford in your present financial situation. However, they don't want to know from you what you can afford. They will tell you what you can afford. These people have divine inspiration. Of course they're going to tell you what you can afford. So imagine this. Imagine you've gone in to the BMW showroom to buy a car, and you say to the salesman, "Excuse me, I want to buy this BMW 3 Series. It's $10,000. I'd like to buy this one because this is what I can afford. And the salesman turns around and says, but this isn't what you can afford. You can afford this 7 Series. It costs $20,000. And then you turn around and you say, well, no, I can only afford $10,000. And the salesperson says to you, no, trust me, you can afford $20,000. I shouldn't be laughing. I do take this serious, but come on now. Really? So that, in a nutshell, is how the business is structured around the Bonsu micro village. So the next question is, who is giving these divinations? Now, from what I have seen from her customers, many of them made the assumption that it was going to be ES herself that was going to be doing these divinations. She is a spiritual healer after all. She's done this for many years now. Now listen to this for a moment.
When will you be doing divinations again? You gave a ritual a while ago and you were on point. Well, yeah. Yeah, but right now I'm not doing that because I need space. And so that's why I'm working on my own little house and then the guest homes and stuff. But once my house is complete, I could actually start doing it again. And that's about it. But just so you know, the chief will be doing your divinations. The chief here. The chief here will be doing your divinations. Just bear with me when I announce when we're going to start taking the scheduling.
So she clearly states that at some point she is going to be doing the divinations again. But from what I have researched when it comes to the Dagoma spiritual practices, which is heavily based on Islam, by the way, these people would never give her a title because she's a woman and they don't give women titles in that religion. So only the males, the chiefs, who are all male, are the only people who will be able to give you a divination. Now, that seems to be okay. It's going to be okay for most people, but let's look at it from the perspective of a woman who has had a terrible time with men. She's going off to Africa to seek to find herself. She has followed ES for many years from the get-go. ES is the type of person that you would follow straight away and you would do whatever she tells you to do because she's that kind of personality. She's infectious, okay? And she's strong. She's a woman who went to travel to Africa by herself. By herself. I know people who have problems going to Africa with other people, okay? And she went there by herself, fearless, okay? So you're going to go to Africa, you're going to follow ES, you're going to make the assumption that you're going to have a divination from her, when in fact it won't be. It will be from one of the male chiefs. I can see why some women would have a problem with that. So who are these chiefs and how does ES actually know them? Well, ES knows these chiefs through the chief that she learned how to do divinations herself with back in the United States, back in Atlanta. I think a lot of you will already know who this chief is going to be. Yes, it is none other than Chief Montana. He is back on the scene. It was Chief Montana who showed ES the ropes. He taught her everything and got her started to the point in which she was healing people, giving divinations herself back in the United States. She had her own healing practice. She was really on the up and up. She was world known. Okay, not just known in the United States, but she was world known. There were people that were going there, traveling to see her, for her to heal them, simply because of the energy that spews out of her. You can see it yourself when you're watching her on YouTube. She exudes this confidence that she can do the business. And then she wants to expand. She really wants to learn from the people whose lineage is strong, stronger than Chief Montana's even. So Chief Montana introduces her to the person who taught Chief Montana, Dr. Malidoma Some. So off she goes. She goes over to Ghana, goes up to near Tamale, I believe, in northern Ghana, and she now sets everything up. This is where I think things start getting out of hand for ES. I don't want to criticize her relationships, but the guy that I see that she's with, this prince, when I watch them together, there just doesn't seem to be that spark, that fire, that connection. This may be a cultural thing, or it could be an age thing, because he looks substantially young. That's not to say that ES looks old, which she doesn't, but she is a grandmother, and he does look rather young, which is normal. Actually, it's normal in Ghana. I've seen a lot of women, middle-aged women, 40-somethings, going over to West Africa and finding themselves some hot property over there. So this clearly is, to me, is a relationship of convenience. Here we have two people, okay, who perhaps want something else from each other. So you have a young boy who perhaps wants to go and live in the United States permanently. It would be great to get married to an American woman. It'd be much easier to make that happen. And here we have a woman who needs land. She wants a piece of land to herself, and the one way that she can get land, of course, is to get land by marrying into the chiefdom. We've seen no indication that they are married, but Muslims don't go on dates one-on-one with another woman. It just kind of doesn't work that way. They especially wouldn't show it on YouTube, hanging out with each other, and you wouldn't see that because the elders would not appreciate it. I mean, he's married. This prince that she's hanging out with, well, he's married already. But once again, he follows Islamic traditions. So it doesn't matter. He can have more than one wife. So is there something we don't know? Perhaps. She is now in Ghana, and she's not doing any divinations. And although she has told her subscribers that she will start doing divinations at some point in the future, she's been very vague about it. From the information that I found out, that it just won't be possible. She doesn't have the lineage, she doesn't have the right organs, she's not a male. So everything tells me that all ES is doing right now is funneling her own subscribers to chiefs in a village, and simply being a host as opposed to being one of the actual healers. Most of us know ES, and most of us know what kind of a woman who she is. She's not a pushover in any sense of the word. So how could this happen? How could she be put in a situation where she is playing second fiddle to a boy? She is now subservient to some kid, and she is subservient in every way, both in the relationship. If he's married already, then she'll already be subservient to the first wife, because I believe that's the way it happens in Islam. She is not allowed to do any divination, something she had already been trained up for, and something that she was probably already looking forward to. She's not allowed to do that either. So what's going on? Something just doesn't seem right there. Could there be something else wrong with this situation? Could it be that, I'm going to sound crazy here now, but could it be that ES has had her power taken away from her? And I'm being dead serious about this. Could it be that she has had her power to heal, her power of divinate, to do divinations, that she's had that taken off her by more powerful entities, by more powerful men, by more powerful chiefs, by more powerful healers, people who know voodoo and the rest? Could that be true? Please let me know. I would really like to know whether that is even possible. There are some spiritual healers who have emailed me, guys. I will be getting back to you, okay? But I've been really busy, so I'm really, really sorry. But I will be getting back to you. Now, of course, I have no proof of that happening. All we can do is observe and really hope the best for ES. And perhaps she will realize that she is not in the best situation in northern Ghana, and perhaps she will start focusing on an escape plan, and perhaps at some point she will get out of that situation and rebuild. She's not the kind of person that will give up, right? So I wish her all the luck, and I hope that if she doesn't know this already, I hope maybe she's got a plan that we don't know about. Maybe she's got something up her sleeve. I don't know. But things aren't really looking that good for ES. Another thing is many of the customers at the Bonsu micro village, the people who have gone there to be healed, they're not seeing the results that they came to get, despite being told to be patient by Faris. There are 3 stages to the healing process, and many of them are not returning for the 3rd stage because they don't want to shell out money because they believe it's a waste.
So let's see. See, this is why I feel like it was incomplete. I didn't get that info. Okay, so I think you're referring to something with regards to a divination you received. I didn't give you the divination, did I?
As you can see, many of them are just disgruntled because they were expecting to have a divination from ES herself. I mean, let's be honest, guys. I would pay for a divination from ES. I think most people would. If anything, that is testament to who she is, the type of progress she made while she was over there in the United States. Could ES possibly be in danger? Is the danger real? Well, it was for Chief Amachi. Tomorrow we're going to discuss him, his rise, his fall, and we're going to ask ourselves, is this art something that should be played with by novices? So what do you guys think? Am I just talking hot air, or is there something really going on up there in northern Ghana? Is there something going on that is out of the control of ES? Please let me know in the comments section below. It would be really good to hear from you. That's all I've got time for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, please think twice. Ta-ra a bit.